Our next guest is a Naptown native. Indianapolis, Indiana, for those ignorant folk out there. All right. Our next guest, she intertwines her passion for community, performance, and advocacy. I took that from the Sisters Freehold Theater Company Instagram. Shout out to them. Don Trejo Kiss to See, opening next week. We're going to get into that. All right, let's get back into it. When asked to describe herself as an artist, Sha-Nel responded as someone who was clear, working within their wheelhouse. She is the curator of the upcoming Black Theater Block Party. Give it up for the top talker, Sha-Nel Henderson. Come on, Sha-Nel. Hey, get up in here. Get up in here. How you doing? One more time for the top talker. Go ahead, get yourself nice and comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Sha-Nel?
That was a hellified.
Yeah.
Hellified intro.
You like the intro? You know I'm making it up.
Come
Come on, look. All right, can I just put this in real quick? No matter who your guest is, no matter if they up and coming or a legacy, hosts, introduce your guest. It's so awkward to be like, oh, you want to tell the people who you are? No, if you have someone on your platform, do your homework, do your research, put pen to pad, and let the people feel good. Let the talent feel good when they walk in, because they is somebody. Speaking of being somebody, how you doing?
I am doing well. If I could also add to that,
go ahead.
Intros can be awkward. Depending on space, depending on who's in the room, depending on what it calls for, how long and how short it needs to be. So to have somebody just kind of, run your introduction down is really nice.
Come on.
So I really appreciate it.
Make them feel good. I want to make you feel good as our first official guest at the Capital BOOM Boom Live Radio Show. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get into it. Yeah, this is my little sound machine. This is my sidekick. I gotta come up with a name for it. Them, her, whatever. So we're gonna get into these interview questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Actually, first and foremost, how are you feeling?
It is a beautiful day. You know what I will say?
Yeah.
The sun is shining. And anytime the sun is shining, I feel invigorated. I feel like all my blood is flowing and I can get ideas going, and I just feel better when the sun is out. So the sun is out and I feel great.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, you look great too. Let's get into these interview questions. All right, so just giving folks context, we are MFA, that is Master of Fine Arts, graduate student candidates. Well, we damn near got and we are here. This is our final semester, and we're putting on our final projects. Mm-hmm. We're theater artists. Now, a lot of folks are looking like, well, the Shakespeare acting. No, you know what? We're doing things a little bit different. I'm not going to speak for you. We're going to have an interview question too, but just set people up a little bit.
Okay.
Just in case they don't know. We out in these streets because theater is a lot more. We love going to the theater, the building, the institution. But what does theater look like outside of those institutions? What does theater look like in your home? What does theater look like on the street? What does theater look like on a block? So let's get into it. Sha-Nel, before we get into that, you know what I mean? So Sha-Nel, like I said, you from Naptown. I learned about that.
I'm a Naptown native.
You're a Naptown native.
Come
so
on.
you coming in hot, right? This was 2022. Okay, move. Uh-huh. So can you tell us? First question: can you tell us what has been the biggest cultural shock since living in Baltimore?
Oh man, the people. The accents, it's real. It is so real. Love it.
Yeah.
But it's real.
Yeah.
I think also too the city, the infrastructure, the roads, how they're set up. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be different.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, but just different. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is interesting. But the people, man, good folks here.
Baltimore is made of good people.
Yeah.
Baltimore is made of good people. Now I just want to put a pause on this. Thank you so much, because we're completely running and holding it down right here.
We are.
I've just put my foot on the laptop, which is underneath the table, and that's also what's running the microphone. So I just want to check that real quick.
Check it.
Make sure we still.
We are the production team.
It's by your feet. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. We good?
I think so. Okay.
Well, while he's doing that.
Oh, it's catching up. Oh, it's still going.
Why Boom is handling that?
Uh-huh.
I'm just so excited to be here. And I also would say it takes a lot of innovation and fortitude to be able to put on such a wonderful, wonderful show at any capacity, which we can do with whatever resources that we have. So I think it's commendable.
Did someone say wonderful? Yes, wonderful, yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's get into our next question.
All right.
Sha-Nel.
Mm-hmm.
Now look, real quick. In
Uh-oh.
post-production, we're gonna put the name for your ad handle.
Okay.
Go with @Coco_J-Now.
J-Nail.
J-Now.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether you know it or you don't, because after today you will. I gotta ask this.
Okay.
Just, personally, I go to your page, we start following each other, right? Go to your page, I see Top Talker. It's all right. Especially nowadays, anyone can talk about anything.
That is correct. That is correct.
Talking gets you to the top. But what is people talking about? You know what I mean? What are they talking about? People trying to get monetized, people talking about other people. But specifically, Sha-Nel talks about something very, very specific in her content. So this is following up to the next question. When was the moment you decided, Sha-Nel, I'm going to use my platform and talk about social change?
Can I be honest?
Go ahead.
My friends. They got on me. They said, we're sick of you. We're sick of you. We love that we're having great conversation in person. But you need to be putting this out there. You need to be putting the kind of conversations that we're having in the living room, that we're having in the car. Why don't you say it in the camera so that people can hear you? And I said, that's just kind of weird. It just didn't feel the same. So I thought. And they said, well, we don't care. We don't care. We need you to get that information out there. And so I think that after stop thinking about it so much and so long, I said, you know what, let me try it. Let me see. Receive.
What year was this?
Oh, 2021.
All right.
2021. I would say.
2021.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
It's three years ago.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Had to start somewhere.
Where did you start? Do you remember what your first video was, the first topic, or
I
even
do.
the most memorable? Yeah.
I was coming from the beauty supply store. And I thought about how simplicity, there's something very beautiful about simplicity, a calmness about it. And I said, you know what? I'm about to just try this thing. So I turned it on outside and just started talking.
Started talking.
And it kind of started from there.
And been talking ever since.
And talking. Can I tell you how I got the name though, Jim?
The top talker. Break it down.
Very quick. In the social unrest of 2020, we were all shut in and not sick and shut in, but some of us were sick and shut in. Yeah. Everything was going virtual, and my mom was like, you're always in a meeting, because I was like the president of the Black City Union at the time, and I was just figuring out ways that we could advocate for voices that were underheard and underserved. And so she said, you're just always in that room on that computer, the top talker. And at first I was like, and she said, I was like, Mom, is that good or bad? She said, no, it's good because you're the one that's talking the most about something.
Absolutely.
And I thought, okay.
Absolutely.
And it stuck.
Look at that. Shout out to Mama.
Shout out to Mama.
Mama got gems.
Shout out to my mama.
The top talker. And shout out to friends who are holding us accountable when they see something in us.
Yeah. Come on.
And they want us to project ourselves. They want us to express ourselves.
They do.
Your family, your friends, your network, your associates. I love that. I love surrounding myself with people who see the potential that I don't see. And that's something that I would say is heartwarming for me. And that encourages me to continue to go on. I like that. So I just took a little gem from that. I appreciate that. All right. So speaking of topping and talking, we're going to get into what is the top subject. What are we talking about today? All right. So what is the inspiration behind the upcoming event, the Black Theater Block Party? Take your time. I'm going to set it up real quick. The Black Theater Block Party, BTBP, is going down April 13th. That is a Saturday. Jewett Hill Park, Baltimore City, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Curated by the one and only Sha-Nel Henderson, the top talker. So, the inspiration, you are the curator.
Yeah.
Literally, it's coming from your mind. Yeah. What is the inspiration? Where were we then? Where are we now?
Wow. So good. Thank you.
Take your time.
Being in the program had me really thinking about things that were important to me and things that weren't important to me. And money is important to me. Okay? It is.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. And I was spending a lot of money to see theater. Sometimes money I didn't have. But I wanted to see the productions. I wanted to see the performances and support the artists that were on stage and those that were working behind the scenes. And I love theater and I love performance. And I started to think a little bit about how can we break down the barriers to performance without having to worry about money. That's the first thing. So I said, okay, Secondly, I was like, well, people, do they like theater? Or is it because I'm a theater nerd? Do folks even like it? Do they like performance? And if you're not a performer yourself, or you don't even know folks that perform, is it something that we like as a community? And then the third thing I thought about was like, what impacted me the most in theater that made me feel alive? And any time that we're talking about anything as it pertains to social justice, as it pertains to advocacy, liberatory praxis, anything that is talking about how we can push ourselves forward into a way that gives us liberation as a whole, as well as individually, I'm all ears. So with that being said, I said, you know what? Folks do like performance, but I'm realizing they don't like it in this structure. Sitting in a quiet theater in the dark, you can't talk, don't eat, shh, right? Be quiet.
Don't fart.
Come on. And we storytell all the time, right? We storytell all the time. So theater just kind of seems a little rigid by the word, I think, and by the stigma it has. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just scratch all that. If you're sitting at home and you're on your porch and you're listening to your aunt or you're listening to your uncle and they're telling this wonderful story and they have played 6 people between 2, you haven't participated in a performance. 6 people.
That makes me think. Our aunts and our uncles, they were the best actors.
The best.
They were the best actors. Life trained them.
Come on. And we are glued. We're so glued where we're like, hold on, wait, who said that? Because there are 3 people apiece, okay? We're like, okay, that's cool.
Absolutely.
So like, what is something that is very beautiful about that is very communal. It is very communal. And it feels close, and it feels tangible, and it feels like it's something that's familiar. And so I wanted to bring performance in a space like a park. And it's not that I'm doing anything new, but we're going to have a performance that feels familiar, and then let's talk about the thing, right? And then while talking about the thing, I believe that is how change erupts. Having the conversation, and whatever that conversation is, whether that's self-reflection, whether that's taking account of politics or what is happening socially, whatever that is, we have to first start talking about it and amongst one another. And so that is the long story.
Come on, not only beautiful, what they say, beauty, brains. Come on now. Love that inspiration behind, and I'm getting the intention behind the Black Theater Block Party.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything right now? It's just making me think. Is there anything right now? What are you most excited about? Because I know, just as a curator, and I know you have a team. Shout out to your team.
Shout out to my team.
Shout out to the team. Now I know and I mean, I speak for you, but just when it comes to logistics, when it comes to let's get vendors, and when it comes to organizing events, and shout out to all my event organizers out there. Can get a little, like in your words, it can get rigid, it can get a little stressful. What is the most fun thing or exciting thing that's just making you be like, oh, I'm so looking forward to this? Like, what is that fun, exciting thing that you're looking forward to with BTBP?
It is the process, seeing things unfold. It is exciting to see pieces come together that were in your brain. If we talk about vision, we talk about things that come from our minds. That's things that people can't see. We can't see them, but we know it's real. And to write something down on paper and then to see it come to life, piece by piece by piece, even some of the stuff that's like not so fun.
Okay.
It's exciting. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing what it will look like, what it would turn out to be, and being okay if it doesn't turn out with the idea that I have in my brain. I think what is interesting and most important to me is that people walk away with something.
I appreciate that. As a Baltimore native myself, and you said, and this is just your words, you said you ain't doing nothing new. I would say it is something new in this community. I've never seen anything done like this here, and maybe it's not the first time it's been done at all, but to specifically do that here in Baltimore, understanding the racial divide in Baltimore, understanding the infrastructure, and what you're doing, how we're taking it. Can I put myself in there real quick? How we're taking theater outside of the institution and putting it on the block. Because I surprised myself when I said that earlier. But seeing you do that in live action is inspirational. I would say you was doing something new, so keep holding it down. And you said the process, it's about the process. And know that, young artists, know that people who are looking, oh, what's my algorithm? Oh, what's my audience? What's my angle? Just do it. Do it for the process of it. And don't stop doing it. Because I'm pretty sure you've been doing this for a minute. You know what I mean?
In ways.
You've been doing this for a minute.
Can I add to that?
Please.
Can I add to that again?
Yes.
For these young artists, I think about what got me to this point. It didn't just happen miraculously. There were things that I was able to pull from, be it planning something on a campus, be it having a conversation at home, whether that's cooking a meal for 16 people and now knowing what I need to do to pass that on to double that. I mean, taking these experiences and these principles from these experiences that we're having and applying them to what we're doing. I love people. I love talking to people. I love hearing what folks have to say. That's not something that just happened. That's something that I've been cultivating since I was young. So we're taking things that we have been doing, hopefully, and applying them to our artistry. And as you said in my bio so beautifully, that works in our wheelhouse. Know what's in your wheelhouse.
You introduced me to that term because I certainly was not using that term. Where that real quick? If we can have like a ding wheelhouse or ding wheelhouse, Sha-Nel, real quick. Can you define what is a wheelhouse?
Yeah, a wheelhouse is a person's expertise. It's what they do well. And I got it from my mother. And it's an old saying. It's an old word.
Word of the day is wheelhouse.
Yes.
Sha-Nel.
Yes.
We're going to wrap up the interview section of today.
Okay.
And we're going to lead into our next segment. But
Great.
Where can the folks find you at?
Oh, great. So you can find me COCO_JNEL. But please follow us on Instagram. The black underscore on the block. That's where you'll find our Instagram for the Black Theater Block Party, aka BTBP. We coming to you live in the flesh.
I'm gonna do the that's what I was doing.
Okay.
Sha-Nel, I just want to say thank you so much for so eloquently expressing your original ideas, your intentions, and again, like I said, this ain't the last time y'all gonna see Sha-Nel. Sha-Nel here to take over. Look, I don't know if y'all ready for this. Here she come.